You know, do want to see if there's a free agent quarterback that is better than Minshew. Well, there's Cam Newton. I mean, besides him being, he has the speed. I kind of like the idea of having Cam Newton. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can sign him to the active roster. 1 year deal. Why not? Works for me. Let's look at other things here. So what I want to do. I mean, they say Minshew's a 67, but he has a 2.54 cap hit. Let's see. I just want a draft pick. Wow, they don't have anything in the first. It's like in the second or third round. I'd be willing to trade him for a fourth rounder. I think that even's too high for him. Would they take a fourth rounder? Yes. So I got rid of Minshew, and he's going to the Commanders for a fourth round pick. I'm okay with that. Who else can I get rid of? I mean, these quarterbacks I'm fine with. I mean, so that's going to get cut, so there's just no doubt about that. Happy with Scott, happy with Gainwell. Yeah, these guys and stuff, they're a dime a dozen in the league. Yeah. Some of these other guys are a dime a dozen, so it's like they're not worth that much. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with what we have. We can always look at a trade and stuff afterwards and stuff and go from there. But I'm happy to get rid of Minshew. Happy to have Cam Newton as our backup. Let's see here. And I believe we have to manage his number, I think. Let's see. Okay, he's gonna wear number 9. Okay, well, we're good with that. Like I said, he's a solid backup because he's a similar type quarterback. On this last preseason game, I believe we're playing 3/4 of it. So, let's see how we do.
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Eagles and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup here in Week 3 between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at Week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
For the second consecutive season, Tua as a starter and Miami as a team both had winning records, but missed the playoffs. His numbers, they weren't terrific. Only 2,600 yards and 16 touchdowns against 10 interceptions. But he also overcame fractured ribs early in the season to return and play well down the stretch. And don't forget, when he did come back, he led Miami to 6 straight wins, which kept them in the playoff race.
Throwing to start here is Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him to hold on to the football.
And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress, trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves. Sticking it in the end zone.
More still on now following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his third season, Jalen Hurts.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets a big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would go open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He'll buy some time right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard, but he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Another run with Sanders. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. During that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Here's Hurts to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. On the tackle, it was the West Virginia man, Kaiser White.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
And a completion to Wilson. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Greg Ward deep for Philadelphia. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch at 2nd down. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Hurts. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now Hill to return it. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. Pass over the middle, tipped, but he still brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first.
I just tell you from the defense's perspective, okay, they've got the lead, and they're getting all the bounces. What's going on here?
I guess the good news for the other side, still 3+ quarters remaining.
Yeah, maybe things will equal out over the course of the game.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Darius Slay with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, they run with Edmonds. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force the 3rd down.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Now here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. On the return is Ward. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Tackle made there by Eric Rowe. 6 yards left on 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. That is caught. It's the tight end Goedert. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Sanders will take this one in for an Eagles touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, yeah, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. Dances by him. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run with Edmonds again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive in it. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play, ruling on the field
So
stands.
not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This pass outright to Arcega-Whiteside. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Hurts finding Goddard there. First down, Philadelphia. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Sanders. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
On first down, Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
65 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Steps away. This is Smith with a grab. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. You know, whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Ready.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Here we go.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Let's go.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Miles Sanders ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Elliott on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Going to the air, Tagovailoa bulldozes past him. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Well, we're going to get a timeout as they deal with an injured player, and it's Tyreek Hill who is the man that's in some discomfort right now. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 and a throw again. Got a man here, it's Wilson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's to Waddle on the quick slant. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go, Pat.
2 and now on first down. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Hurts. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Hurts. Being chased out left. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Keon Johnson. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game of the preseason. 3rd quarter. Here we go.
Sorry about that. Mail call.
The next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And even though they trail, they've had success running the football. Over 100 yards rushing as a team in those first 2 quarters of play.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jalen Hurts in this offense trotting back out. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the third quarter. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this third quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the second half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the third quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 113 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Out route pass complete to Goddard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another run here with Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. His 5th catch tonight, and it's whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a carry for Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Second down, back to Sanders. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
They'll roll him out right. And Sanders has got it complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
And that's a tough one for the defense because the coverage was good downfield. He was forced to work his way out of the pocket to his right, spotted his man on the sideline, and got it to him to pick up the first down on 3rd down.
Now Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to pass. Tua. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the second half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top. That's exactly what they did.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. Finding room in midfield, down the left sideline. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another first down run right there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Tua sets up to pass it. And he'll just get rid of it.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. on the touchdown pass. And the Dolphins have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive of the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point, and good by Sanders. That gives them a 3-point lead. First and out now, following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now back to work from Miles Sanders in the Philly offense.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to. Zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, a run with Gainwell. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They're taking a short, steady burst.
Burt sets up to throw it. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender, but a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They will run for it with Gainwell.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And they'll go right back to Gainwell here on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Burt's throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. And that'll do it for the end of the third quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here we go on 4th down. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They go again with Scott, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
And his top speed, as computed by Next Gen Stats, not bad. He was pushing 20 miles an hour. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on fourth. It would be 58 yards from here. Now it's the backup Newton. He'll get this out wide to Scott. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one open downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Scott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st and 10, it's game 1. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
The running game's played a huge part in getting him down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Scott is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. In the process of that kick return, it appears we had an injury. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Second down, Gaskin. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Bridgewater. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Working with a 2nd and 4. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On third down, Bridgewater. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time, fourth down, Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll scratch out only about a yard after the 32. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try to score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On the carry, this is Scott. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run with Scott. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They run behind center with Gainwell. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Newton to throw. On the move to his left. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Here's Scott. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Boston Scott ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So the Dolphins now down by 11. A little over a minute and a half remaining. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Bridgewater. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down. They go play action. Bridgewater. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one complete to Myles Gaskin. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Bridgewater's throw here pulled in by Bowden. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
And that's how we win games. We win games by running the ball. And, yeah, that's the way our team is. So until next time, this is David B69. Your next episode will have basically the bye week with the roster moves and other things that we have to make, and our first regular season game. So until then, I'll see you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.